Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli with a new top 5 list. Yep, so you read the title of what this top 5 video is. Basically, and you know what? This seems appropriate and it makes sense, seeing how this is out on November 25th. And think about it, because this is all about, toy companies and the fact that, you get toys on Christmas, December 25th. You see what I'm talking about? So anyways, so that's right. I had this idea for a little while of, I don't know, just doing a top 5 video, like counting down my top 5 favorite toy companies. I don't know, like it's one of these top 5/top 10 videos where, I'm not saying like this could be, say, my number 5 favorite or number 1. I don't know. Just, you get what I'm talking about. So, yeah. So, there are many awesome toy companies that make really good action figures. And sometimes there are some toy companies that don't make action figures. They make vinyls. You know what I mean? And, yeah, so I'm looking forward to this one. So, with all that being said, this is my top 5 favorite toy companies. Number 5, Super 7. Okay, some of the toys that Super 7 had made are some pretty good ones. One of the first toys that I got from Super 7 that they made was the reaction figures. I remember getting, a little bit of Nightmare Before Christmas. I got Freddy Krueger and the Back to the Future ones. They were some really cool ones. It's like, it's like action figures from, like, the good old days, like, for anybody who grew up having those kind of action figures, those little figures, even like, say, the Star Wars figures, 3-inch figures, they, like, started to come back, and that was pretty cool, because those are nostalgic, those kind of figures back then. So it's really cool. So that's what Super 7 had done. So there are those, and especially a really cool toy line that they did was the Ultimate figures. They are some really cool, nicely detailed figures, like, the ones that have caught my eye, like, are, say, some of the Disney ones. They did Robin Hood, they did Prince John, the Mad Hatter, Pinocchio, so much more. They even did, say, The Simpsons. Definitely Krusty the Clown is a really cool one to have. And even they even did 2001: A Space Odyssey. I even showed that to my dad, and oh, he couldn't believe it. Even when he saw the monolith, he was like, the monolith? Like, yeah, because, I could tell, like, he was just totally shocked over that, And of course, they'd have to do the monolith, not to mention, because with Dave, they'd have to do HAL 9000, it's amazing. So definitely, yeah. Super 7, they make some pretty cool action figures from, say, the reaction figures, Ultimate figures, and so much more. Super 7 is a really cool toy company, and taking the number 5 spot. Number 4, Diamond Select Toys. Okay, so if you guys remember a while back, I did get my hands and an unboxing of the Iron Giant figure from Diamond Select Toys, and because it's a really cool figure and very nicely detailed, and that's the thing about Diamond Select Toys. They make really cool, nicely detailed figures, and right next to NECA, because NECA and Diamond Select Toys, they make really nicely detailed figures. Some of the other, like, figures that Diamond Select that they've made, like, I've seen, them doing The Rocketeer. They did figures of the Black Hole, and not to mention, most notably, they have done figures of the Muppets. And as I showed at the beginning of this video, the Muppet figures that Diamond Select has made are some really cool ones. Definitely, like, been planning to get my hands on those. I don't know why. I've been missing out getting the Muppet figures. Like, I'm telling you, like, especially, like, I forget what the other toy company's name is, but they had done some really cool, nicely detailed Muppet figures. I think, like, say, back in the early 2000s, and they were some really cool ones. Like, they did, like, say, Muppet Treasure Island, although, I don't know, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have come out around the same time Muppet Treasure Island came out, would they? I don't know, but I do know because they did come out, like, say, in the early 2000s, and but now Diamond Select, they're doing the Muppet toy line, the action figure line of the Muppets. It's again, they are some really cool ones. Even, like, say, there was, like, an exclusive one, I think. It was Ralph the Dog, Menomina, and Crazy Harry all together. But Ralph, he does also come with Scooter in another, like, figure set. But, yeah, I'm interested to see if they're gonna do any more Muppet figures. But, you know, yeah, and every other, toy that Diamond Select has done are some really cool ones. And definitely... I definitely am interested in getting my hands on more of those figures that Diamond Select has done. They are a really cool toy company for sure. And taking the number 4 spot, number 3, NECA. As I said, when I talked about Diamond Select, NECA makes really cool, detailed figures. I mean, who doesn't love NECA? They make some really cool action figures. Like, how I discovered and, learned about NECA was when, they had made... a toy line of Nightmare Before Christmas. They did a Nightmare Before Christmas line, and they were really cool figures. And then, I learned more about NECA, like they did, like, tall figures. Like, I remember they did the Adam West Batman figure, which was really cool. And one of their most popular toy lines that they have done are the Gremlins. Yeah, I can tell that the Gremlins is one of their most popular, like, lines that they have done, because they are some really cool figures, not to mention, because, well, at one point, they did the Spider Gremlin Mohawk. That's a really cool figure, and... they've still been doing Gremlins figures. I think, yeah, they have been doing new ones. Like, I think they've done updated versions of them. Like, they did new Gizmos, they did a new Brain Gremlin, the Gremlins from the first Gremlins film, etc. And, yeah, so that's really cool. And also, other figures that they have done and I've seen, like, well, first off, like, I remember, and you guys know, I have my hands, I've gotten my hands on some of the, NECA figures. Like, I have Freddy Krueger, like, a bit of Back to the Future, Doc Brown, the Batman Adam West figure. Although, apparently, I found out, and somebody told me that it was a fake NECA figure of the Adam West Batman. And that's really bizarre. How? How is that possible? How did that happen? Like, I don't know. But it still looks pretty cool. But, still, you'd get your hands on the real 60s Batman figure that NECA made. So, I have also seen them do, like, and I've been to my local stores. Some of the figures that I've seen them do are, like, say, the Frankenstein monster, Alien, Pennywise, both Pennywises, and they also did those Toony Terror figures, if I'm saying that right, and I got my hands on the Nosferatu one, but they did, like, say, Ash Williams, Pennywise, Freddy Krueger, and so much more. They're pretty cool, too. But with all that being said, NECA makes really cool action figures, and I look forward to getting my hands on, the ones that I'm interested in getting. Like, I'm definitely interested in getting more of Back to the Future, the Universal monsters. Those would be really cool to have. So, yep. So there you go. NECA is a really cool toy company making awesome, cool-looking, detailed figures and taking the number 3 spot. Number 2, Funko. Yes. Of course, Funko being on this list. what can you say about Funko? And who doesn't love Funko? I mean, for one thing, one of their most popular lines has to be Funko Pops. Yeah. Ever since they made them, they've become so popular, and still so many pop vinyls out there. Just they've made millions, I'd say billions of pop vinyls. And of course, I've gotten my hands on a lot of pop vinyls, and I don't know, like, everybody has collected so many. But, for me, I've kind of toned down collecting pop vinyls. Like, there are still some pop vinyls I am interested in getting, definitely. But it's not just the pop vinyls that they have made. They've also done other lines, like they've done mystery minis. I loved getting some of the mystery minis. I got the horror ones and the sci-fi ones. They were some of my favorites. They did some others, like I think they did some keychains, I'm pretty sure. I think I'm correct. And they did some like vinyl sculptures or whatever, and they've done plushes. I've seen those. And I've gotten my hands on a bunch of other like Funko products. So yeah, but and especially I did get my hands on a few Funko stuff, like pop vinyls that are exclusive. Like I did get some I did get a couple of Hot Topic exclusives, and even say convention exclusives. So yeah, that's awesome. But what can you say, and what is there to say about Funko? Because it seems like they're the king of toy lines, well, and especially pop vinyls being their number one best selling product, So, yep. So for the number 2 spot, it's Funko. And taking the number 1 spot is Medicom Toy. Yes, Medicom Toy. They seem to be a pretty awesome and cool toy company. They've made some pretty cool line of toys. Like, one of their most well-known toys that they make are the Bear Bricks. Now, I'm pretty sure, I've heard about these years ago, and I'm pretty sure, I have seen these before. Like, it's basically Bear Brick versions of, say, characters like, say, Tom and Jerry, Wallace and Gromit, and Mickey Mouse, So there are those, but one of my favorite and absolute favorite toy lines from Medicom Toy has to be the Ultra Detail figures. I really like this line that Medicom Toy does. They are so awesome, and I've gotten my hands on a couple of them, and, I still plan on getting some more, because they've done Disney, they've done Artman, they've done Tom and Jerry, Peanuts, and so much more. They are just so cool looking. And if you guys remember, I did unboxings of some of the Ultra Detail figures. Like, one of the very first Ultra Detail figures I ever got, I believe was, Wallace and Gromit. And then, later on, I started to learn more about the Ultra Detail figures and just loved them instantly. They're awesome, definitely. But yeah, and Medicom Toy, they seem to be a pretty awesome and cool toy company making good merchandise and good toy products, from one of their most popular ones, the Bear Bricks, and, the Ultra Detail figures. So yeah, Medicom Toy taking the number 1 spot. Well, guys, there you go. This has been the top 5 best toy companies. And yeah, I had a lot of fun making this top 5 video, talking about 5 toy companies making awesome, cool-looking, very nicely detailed, action figures, toys, merchandise, anything that they have made. I had a lot of fun doing this. And hey, it's, as I said at the beginning of this video, makes perfect sense for this to be out on November 25th. And until, say December 25th, Christmas arrives and, kids get their toys, etc. You get my point. So, yep. So with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this top 5 video. More top 5/top 10s are on the way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video /top 5/top 10. Take care, and peace out.